Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Run and Tell That, the Dana Rice Music Show. I'm Dana Rice, and I'm here to give you a glimpse into the world of Dana Rice Music's Fame Studio, where faith and creativity merge to cultivate a symphony of young talents. Brace yourself for an awe-inspiring experience of faith, artistically and musically expressed.
Run and tell that, and while you're telling it, tell it all, tell it all, tell it all. Run and tell that, go ahead and tell it all, tell it all, tell it all. Run and tell that, go ahead and tell it all, tell it all, tell it all. Run and tell that.
It's so good to be free. Jesus is alive.
Run and tell it, run and tell it.
Run and tell that.
In today's episode, you'll meet a 9-year-old recording artist who plays piano, has sung in a national children's choir, and who loves to praise the Lord. You'll also meet 2 women who both work in children's ministry, nationally and globally, and will reveal how their ministries have intersected with students in Dana Rice Music's Fame Studio. So let's get to it. And I've got a friend of mine that I want to introduce you to. She is Reverend Dr. Tawan Kyles, and she is a very important part of the development of this theme song that we've got, Run and Tell That. So I had to come get her on the show so she could tell you about it. So welcome, Dr. Kyles.
Hello, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to just chat with you a little bit.
Oh, I always love, when we get together, and I'm going to share with the people that I reached out to you and I said, I need your mind. I need to use your mind.
Yeah, you did me like I often do you, and that is bond or just kind of reach out to people who just get it, who are quick, who are creative. That's just who they are. It doesn't take a lot, you give them what you're trying to do and they go straight into it. And so I'm I'm excited.
Yes, you got the gift, girl, and you got to use it. So thank you. But yeah, I do want you to kind of share with everybody um, how we even came to having this song, Run and Tell That, because it all started with a request from you.
This is amazing to hear it put just that way. But again, I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this show. Again, I am Reverend Dr. Tawan Kyles, and I serve as the editor of Church School Literature in the Department of Christian Education, the Children's Department in the AME Zion Church. I am, as a person who works with children and write for children, I'm always looking for creative people. I'm looking for people who know the word, who love the word, who love God, who love children. I'm looking for creative people that know how to take scripture and turn it into a song, a dance, a poem. And it's interesting because Dana, your mother was my speech instructor at Jackson State University when I was a student there. And I always laugh about that because when I told Dana that we didn't know each other at that time. And I had heard about her through her mother, but I had not met her. And so look at how the Lord would have it that all of this time that she and I would connect, and that we would have an endless, forever, ever relationship that continues to be strong to this day. So I think the world of she and her mom, and then her son. I did another creative project for the young people through this position, and got a chance to work with her son Trey, who created some beats for me. And I'm telling you, they are just a gifted. Creativity is in their DNA. It's just a family affair. It just runs through the blood.
We always looking stuff.
so honored to be connected. But anyway, here it was Easter, and we wanted to do something different with the children's literature. And I was sitting there wrecking my brain and just praying, Lord, what can we do that's different? What can we do to really push this message of Jesus and his resurrection, that he rose. And so I was putting it out there, and Dana's name just dropped into my spirit, and I said, hey, I'm gonna give you some stuff. I want you to look over it and just tell me what you can come up with. And so of course, her being as courageous and willing to take on any challenge, she was like, okay, I think I could do that. So anyway, I kind of waited and waited, and I didn't really know what all was going to come out of it. But little did I know that she would come up with something that was so amazing. I mean, had included a child's voice in the production and everything. And when I got that that gift, that offering that she gave to us, I was amazed, but I wasn't surprised. And I'm
Oh,
telling you, we started sharing that thing. People started picking it up. Kids started singing it, and here we are now, something bigger than either one of us could imagine, because we were willing to allow the spirit of creativity and God's word to just help us to develop something that would be life changing for children. And it just still remains today. It's amazing.
look,
It's
look at
amazing.
God, look at God, and I just want to encourage people that are watching this, like she said, the courage to just do something, do it
New.
scared, do it where you don't know what
Yep.
you do. But if God has touched somebody and said, that's you, and you know it when they say it, you like, yeah, I got to do it, but I don't know how to do it. It's okay
Uh-huh.
because God knows how to do it. He just wants to use you to get it
As a
done.
vessel.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so
Mm-hmm.
like she said, I never could imagine the song. I was just like, okay, she needs something, and I'm gonna try
Yep.
to do it. And wow, to see how people have been receiving this message is quite humbling and amazing at the same
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
thank you for even asking. Sometimes we all need help
That little
sometimes.
push, that little
Yeah,
nudge.
and sometimes we
Mm-hmm.
don't wanna ask for it, either way, and but that's you might be blocking somebody's blessing if you don't ask them
Mm-hmm.
for their gift,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't say yes, you might be blocking your own
Yeah.
blessings.
Yeah.
Let's just
And
get
stay close to
example.
creative people, stay close to them. Like, when somebody says, like Dana said to me, I want to use your mind. I'm like, okay, I get it. All right, let me make time for somebody to use my mind, because something could be there that could be a blessing, that could inspire and even inspire me. So, like you're saying, don't block your blessing, because creativity, it never runs out. No matter how much you give out, it's an endless supply from the creator. You know what I mean? And it's really not for you. Creativity is for you to give away, to give it to the world. You know what I mean? And you really are the vessel. So always stay open to creative opportunities. It's amazing.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Dr. Cows. You
Thank
are
you.
amazing. And we just wishing peace and blessings on you and your ministry and everybody that
Thank
gets to work.
you. You too, beautiful. Keep doing what you're doing. You are amazing. I'm honored to be connected to you. And I'm going to go run tell that. All right.
Run and tell that.
All right.
All right, all right, all right. I hope you've been enjoying the show so far. And if you want to know more about Dana Rice Music's Fame Studio, visit www.danaricemusic.com. For a specific page about this show, you can visit www.danaricemusic.com/run and tell that. Now, here comes a fun little clip to introduce you to my next guest in the studio today. It's an example of what happens when you give a kid the gift of music.
God has a plan for me.
That me.
Me.
All I hear it is here, not up or down.
Yeah,
all I hear is
I can't sing. I hurt my voice. Come on. Let me just sing up here. I don't need to sing to the bass for right now, okay? Let me only sing for here.
God has a plan for me.
God has a plan for me.
Okay, that me, it looks so ugly. That was so ugly.
That was weak.
The me was twisted. It needs to get untwisted. So I need you to sing well with me.
All right, everybody, I have a special person in the studio today, and his name is Kevin Andre.
Hello, everyone.
If you were listening to our theme music, Run and Tell That, Kevin is the lead on that song, and he's come today to kind of share with us what it was like recording a song for the very first time and all that great stuff. So let's welcome Kevin to the show. Hey, Kevin.
Hello, everyone.
All right, so Kevin, first of all, tell us how old you are.
9.
9, and you have been doing music for a long time to be 9. I would say you've been doing music for about 6 years.
Probably.
Because you were really, really little when you came here. All right, so, but since then, you have learned how to play many things on the piano. You performed in a bunch of concerts, and one of my favorite things that you did is record a song I wrote, Run and Tell That. You remember doing that?
Yeah.
So tell us about what that was like for you.
So my experience was great, and I enjoyed it a lot. And yeah.
So what if somebody has never, they've never been in a recording studio before? Let's kind of walk them through what happens in a recording studio. How about that?
Yes.
So when you get there, do we just start singing right away, or do we do something else to get ourselves ready?
We do something else first. We do vocal cords practice to get our mouths ready to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And we do exercises, stuff to get ready.
Yeah, because we don't want to just go in there and just and blow out our vocal cords, right? So we want to warm them up, right?
Yes.
And then when we record, you have to put something on. How do you hear the music so that you can sing?
So you put headphones on, and your teacher will turn the volume so you can hear it, and while the recording is playing, you can sing your part.
Exactly. So, and you say your teacher will do it, but most of the time when you go to a studio, it's the studio engineer, because most people's teachers don't do this. Dana Rice Music is just kind of a whole different kind of place. Yeah. So we don't just sit and play the keys. We sing at concerts, and we record music and all that kind of great stuff. So awesome. If you could describe music, how you feel when you do music, just in 1 or 2 words, what would it be?
I feel comfortable doing it.
Oh, so you kind of feel like it's your thing?
Yes.
Oh, you said that pretty fast and sure. Did you hear me say yes? Absolutely. One of the things I love doing in Dana Rice Music's Fame Studio is giving students opportunities that they might not normally get in a private lesson setting. In this next segment, you'll get an example of this as I talk with Reverend Dr. Gloria McCall, with whom I collaborated as a songwriter for the GMWA National Children's Choir. Ultimately, several students from the studio were able to participate while growing in their spiritual formation and creating a lifetime of memories.
He got up, he got out, he got up, he just
Hello, everyone. It's Dana Rice, and you are watching Run and Tell That, the Dana Rice Music Show. And I have a guest here, and her name is Reverend Dr. Gloria J. McCall. She is a piano teacher, a director, a playwright, author, and workshop clinician. And she is also the music coordinator for the Children's Division of the Gospel Music Workshop of America, otherwise known as GMWA. And that is why she's on this show today, because she, in her role as the Children's Division Coordinator for the Gospel Music Workshop of America, she reached out to me about this song, Run and Tell That. So I thought we should just let her tell about it. What attracted her to the song? Why did she think it was a good fit for the National Children's Choir? And we're just gonna jump right in. All right, welcome, Dr. McCall.
Well, thank you so much, Dana. And I feel welcome because you are my friend of many years. And so it's always a pleasure to see you, talk to you in person or on some fabulous, wonderful stage that you have. Yes, I do select the songs. The songs are submitted to GMWA, the Gospel Music Workshop of America, and we have a children's choir. And that choir this year is going to be celebrating 20 years. And now we actually have writers who come to the workshop and write music specifically for children, like you. And I have that great opportunity of selecting those songs, with it being a national convention, and that children's choir only meets 4 times. We Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then Thursday evening, they put on a concert. So it is very, I have to look for selections that have a nice flow to it, that have words that are memorable, that have a melody that can be sung, and a rhythm that children can easily pick up. Okay, so those 4 elements are immediately what I'm looking for. Then the number one element is, what is the content of this song? Okay, so let me tell you a few things about Run and Tell That. So as I looked at this song, Run and Tell That, of course, I looked at the key, and I said, okay, they can do that. Maybe the D flat might be a little bit, but we're okay. We're okay if we get some good, and we have lots of children with great voices. And as long as you've got children that can are not afraid to sing out, we had a good key. So I thought the key was okay. So then I looked at the rhythm, da 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 da. Go ahead. Tell it all, tell it all, tell it all. Okay, all right, all right. We're going to be able to get this. Tell it all. I said, okay, well, we have to have a director like Dana who can tell it all, tell it all, tell it all. Who can get them through it. If the director can pull them through it, we'll make it. And so I look at, how well the children are going to be able to pick up the rhythm and express what is being said. And the words are important, because if we give children who are missing front teeth
Mm, mm,
the wrong words, then we're not gonna get an understanding, of what the children are saying. And quite often, you understand that is one of the things that we hear people talk about. Oh, well, we didn't know what they were saying. So for me, it is so important that I select songs that I feel the children can say the words, they can pronounce the words and be understood. Okay. All right, so Dana's song, so that song "Tell It All," Run and Tell That, had passed that inspection, and then I looked at the melody, the flow of it, and then I said, "Now, what's the message? What are we telling? What are we running and telling?" And I said, we're always, at least I'm always looking at what is being taught in a song.
mhm,
And I realized that, Dana, you were a genius. Within one nice little phrase, you said, I know without a doubt, y'all, Jesus is alive, y'all. They put him on a cross, y'all, but hope was not lost. Jesus is alive and well. Boom! Whole doctrine, whole theological teaching right there. And what I saw is the child said, I know without a doubt. Okay, I know without a doubt that Jesus is alive. Then the child gives us this, and this song gives us that information. He's alive. So why is he alive? Well, they put him on a cross, and we thought all hope was lost, but Jesus is alive and well. So run and tell that. So
Right.
within that one phrase, I saw wonderful theological doctrine. I know they put him on a cross, but I know without a doubt he got up, in other words. Now run and tell that. And that also was one of the first things that the angel said. Go and tell, go tell, go tell. So that gave me all of the criteria that I look for in songs to teach to not just the children at GMWA, but you realize that when we select a song at GMWA, this song goes out to thousands and thousands of churches. They are looking for songs to sing and quite for their children to sing. And quite often they just select songs that they hear on the radio that have a good beat, that seem like it's easy for the kids or the kids like it. And people often fail to look at what is this song teaching? What's the appropriate time to even use this song? What type
Mhm.
of song is it? Is this an action song? Is it, all of those kinds of things. So in this particular song, I saw rhythm, I saw words, I saw and heard melody that would be memorable. It had enough repetition that we could teach it in 3 rehearsals and perform it on that fourth rehearsal. And it had a part and a B part. It had a solo. It had choir parts. So this was an excellent selection, and I believe that different churches have used this song. That is our
Mhm.
hope, is that this GMWA Children's Choir becomes a place to highlight new children's music, and that it can be taken around the world, overseas, so that
Mhm.
children will be able to sing this, you know,
Yeah.
sing this song. And we are also praying that people who are teaching are now learning to look for better quality in their music.
Mhm. Yes.
That's how I
Wow.
chose it.
Wow. Well, I am just so grateful and honored that you chose it. Had a wonderful time with the choir, learning it, and just to see the children's faces light up, even after rehearsals. You know, they are seeing me out and about, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm still running, tell that." I'm like, "Oh, that's so good." And so it's just
Yes,
a
yeah.
wonderful lesson. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think sometimes we discount
Yes.
um, the role of children in worship and in music and in the church. But we can't do that because Jesus didn't do that. And so I'm grateful for people like you who say, wait, there's a place. There's a place for them, and we can make it happen. Thank you so much, Dr. McCall.
You
And
are very welcome. I pray that as people are listening to the various programs that are presented, that hey, that they run and tell somebody, say, hey, there's a show, there's a program that's talking about our children and giving us some information about how to help our children. It's a new day, it's a new age, it's a new generation. But those of us that have been around a while, now is not the time for us to get silent.
mm,
Now is the time for us to run towards them and tell them, just like you did on this song, without a doubt.
So, Kevin, I have a question. Sometimes when you come to class, you ask me some questions about church things, God things, right? So I'm gonna ask you a question today, okay? I'm gonna turn it on you, all right? So I want to know, how do you think God feels about music? Like, do you think God thinks it's important, really important, or it's just something extra?
He thinks it is really important because we're showing him that we're worshiping his name and glorifying his name, and yeah, and we praise his holy name, and yeah.
Okay, all right. I think I could go with that because, yeah, I mean, like, you like it when people say great things about you, right?
Yes.
And imagine, God loves it, right? So, and I think if God didn't think music was important, God wouldn't have given us music, right?
Yeah.
So it's important to him. And so if it's important to God, then I think it's definitely got to be important to me. What about you?
Yes.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it from Kevin Andre. All right, Kevin. I think we should just kind of let people hear. Oh, I know. We have a recording of you singing the song, or it's you and me singing the song at one of our Big Dreams concerts. So I think we're going to play that for everybody now so they can see it. What do you think?
Yes.